Hello, this is Colin, and I'm just kicking back after a hectic few hours with a new tea for me, dark chocolate, which I'm actually starting to really quite enjoy. It certainly has a nice chocolatey sort of coca aftertaste. But drinking the tea made me think about, what we choose to add into a tea or not, and what works and what doesn't. Um, I had walked into a Murphy's, as I do whenever I'm over by Granville and Broadway, and what I usually do is I ask, well, if there's anything new. And of course, we're moving into the fall, so now they're introducing or reintroducing a bunch of fall-based blends that will make you think of Halloween and cooler nights and falling leaves, things like pumpkin spice, which sometimes I think these teas which try to be very specific, like a pumpkin spice, it or a apple pie. Sometimes it's just too much like what they say they are. It gets too much for me. So the nice women behind the counter, I asked them what was new, and of course, actually, at first, what I asked them was there was a blend, Canadian blend. So I was naturally curious because I've drunk Irish breakfast and English breakfast and Celtic breakfast and Scottish breakfast. Um, Never come across a Welsh breakfast tea yet, but I'm sure something with leeks perhaps. So, Canadian breakfast. I thought, well, that might be interesting. So I asked him about that, and he said, oh, well, to make it Canadian, we put maple flavoring in it, which, it's like, oh, the great cliche of Canadian cookery is if you want to make anything Canadian, pour maple syrup in it or on it. Yeah, hamburgers, fried chicken, spaghetti sauce with syrup. I wouldn't surprise me in the least. I of course used to love maple syrup because before the whole diabetes things, and I couldn't drink it anymore. But even when, well, I never didn't actually drink it straight from the bottle. I just want to point that out. Even before the whole diabetes things, when I used to love putting maple syrup on pancakes and waffles, I never cared for maple sugar flavoring, like maple cookies and such. Somehow it didn't taste like maple to me, and it was just too sweet and sugary, and I didn't like it. So, of course, they put it into a tea, so no, thank you. Thank you very much. And I asked what was new, and they said, well, we have pumpkin spice, and oh, we've got maple tea. I was like, oh dear, we're not getting very far, are we? And then I saw a tea which was Baker Street, and I read all the Sherlock Holmes books. Actually, I read them twice during a very boring summer I spent in Fredericton, New Brunswick as a child. And I thought, oh well, I wonder what sort of tea old Sherlock Holmes would drink. So they brought it down and they smelled it, and of course, the reason they call it Baker Street is because of the pipe. Um, Sherlock Holmes smoked a big pipe, and his place was full of smoke. So of course, it was a very smoky tea, one of those ones with Yunnan, which I know is not flavoring, but there's a tea from China that has a very smoky flavor. And personally, I've never cared for it. I don't want to drink a tea that makes me feel as if my house is burned down around me and I'm sitting in the smoldering remains. I've never cared for smoky. I do have Editor's Blend, which has a little bit of smoky flavor, but not so much smoky. So I mean, if it's Sherlock Holmes, why don't they put cocaine in the tea while they're at it? Anyway, so I have to admit I had to walk away from Murchie's empty-handed. But it did make me think about putting chocolate into tea. Now, apparently there is actually chocolate tea, like without the black tea, just pure chocolate tea. It's made from, I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, but the cocoa tree There's the cocoa pods or the cacao pods. I'm not sure how they're different, but apparently from the cacao pods, they take the shells, which are considered a waste product, something to be thrown away for mulch and fertilizer, and they winnow it and they roast the shells and they mix it in with the tea, and that's what gives it the chocolate flavor. Um, and it's apparently when chocolate teas originally came out, a lot of people thought it was just a conspiracy by the diet industry because it was actually a chocolate product with no calories. But in over the years, there's been a whole huge variety of different chocolate-based teas, of which this is only one. Mint chocolate, orange chocolate. So, I mean, for years I wouldn't touch chocolate teas, but I'm changing my mind. I'm considering it, and I actually would like to try the pure coca tea sometime if I can find it. Apparently, it's not just a newfangled thing because chocolate-based teas have been traditional in South America, I understand. So better than that drinking, well, yerba mate, I would say, but I don't want to. I don't want to get into a fight. Anyway, so here we are, dark chocolate, enjoying it. What do you think, Kay? They love it. Cheers.